VCI brings to Blu-ray the Psychotronica Collection Volume 2, Mondo Keyhole from 1966. This is directed by Jack Hill. Jack Hill, who previously had shot Spider Baby, but as at the point this movie came out, he had not seen release yet. Spider Baby kind of sat in the can or on the shelf for a while. He directed Foxy Brown, Coffee, some of the women in prison movies. He was a prolific director for New World Pictures in the 70s and directed up into the 80s. I think Sorceress was his last film. Excuse me, I get choked up when I talk about Jack Hill movies. It stars Nick Moriarty and Adele Rein. It is black and white. It is roughly 1/7/8 widescreen. This is the uncut original version of the film, so it is loaded with nudity. And it is like a riff on the Mondo movies that were popular after Mondo Cane. And it's basically a black and white roughie, if that means anything to you. So it is got, the one odd thing is it's got video generated titles over like fuzzy stills, which seems like it's a carryover from like a VHS release or something, but overall the quality of the film on this transfer is very, very good. There are some like lines and film damage here and there, but I think it's probably from the only existing print. The fact that a film like this survives is kind of amazing. Basically the deal is, as I say, this is like a sexploitation roughie with an arty twist that Jack Hill tried to put in there to try to just, he really didn't love the fact that he was making this movie. He keeps, on the commentary, keeps semi-jokingly referred to as the low point of his career, but it was work and he was making a film. So he was doing what he was told to do, but trying to put in as much of his own style or things that amused him or kept him engaged while shooting just copious nudity and dirty deeds in this film. Basically, it's about a guy who runs, and this is, again, set in 66, so probably shot 65, 66 in LA, about a guy who runs like a mail order porn company in that era. So it's magazines, it's 8mm loops, it's dirty record albums, and he can only find sexual gratification through sexual assault. Let's not use the R word, but sexual assault. So it's a classy film. And it was, so it's basically all these fairly disjointed scenarios where it's like a swingers party, or it's an orgy, or it's a bunch of topless women dancing near a pool, and occasionally this guy will show up and, you know, take some woman aside and violently have his way with her. It's not really explicit, a lot of female nudity, not really explicit in any way other than a lot of female nudity, and the subject matter is pretty distasteful. It's not as bad as these movies could get in terms of how grim they could get. It's not like The Defilers or something like that, but it is, that is there, just so you know. This isn't a lot of laughs. I mean, some of it is amusing to laugh at, but the film itself is pretty serious in tone. Shots in the pornographer's office were actually done in the actual office of the producer of this film, and it was all like real stuff. So it was the people who actually worked there. It was where they would shoot these loops. It was people fulfilling orders by mail. All the products you see were actual products that this guy used to sell via mail orders. So that's kind of an interesting peek into that world. The extras on this are a commentary, older commentary by director Jack Hill and Elijah Drenner. It's very funny, extremely candid about the origins of the film, its producers, and how Jack Hill felt about it then. There is a new 2025 commentary by Rob Kelly that's very interesting. There is a Psychotronica gallery that is 4 minutes, which is posters and stills from films from about 1960 to 1980. Some of them are just random stills, frame grabs. Some of them are like video covers, but it's amusing and interesting. That kind of gives an overview of the whole idea of what, you know, psychotronic films are. So this is a film that is really for people, if you like something weird video, if you know what I'm talking about, if you were into the old Something Weird releases and there's stuff on tape, this fits. If this had to have been released by them at some point, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. This really fits in with the kind of stuff that like Dave Friedman was doing, and all the Box Office International and all that kind of stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff, it's a fascinating look into that world. It's pretty amusing. It's all pretty much shot in actual locations with a lot of people, actual non-actors and people like that. So your mileage may vary. I found it very interesting. Did I love it? No. Would I watch it again? Probably not, but I am glad that I did see it once. Mondo Keyhole.